Jason might be back, okay? And his return might have been better than anyone could have imagined. Dusty, you reported on this a couple of times in our news segments, I think. Not about this specifically, just about like the turmoil with the Friday the 13th franchise and how it's been back and forth with the licensing to it. And I think as of most recent, like the licensing was split to the original creator versus like who owns the franchise now. And like some people had the rights to use Jason and one party didn't, but you had the rights to use Friday the 13th, the title. Like it was a big mess. I don't actually even know where it stands now. It's all too confusing and I don't actually give a shit. All I know is that there is a prequel series coming out that's about his mother. And then we just got this 15-minute short titled Sweet Revenge.
Before the end, I was like, what the fuck is going on? There's no way that this... Well, I mean, you kind of get it. When she goes to find, what's his name, Harold or whatever, and you see the dark rings around her eyes, I'm like, okay. She probably died, but at first I was like, "Oh, no way somebody could hold their breath that long." So what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, she came back like a day later,
like a zombie.
Yeah, she goes in the middle of the water in the middle of the day, and then pops up in the middle of the night. It was pretty well acted out. It was a fun little story. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was just a little confusing. It probably could have had a little bit better writing, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it did what it needed to do. It introduced Jason back to the cultural zeitgeist. The last time we saw this motherfucker was back in that was back in 2009, even earlier. That movie was not received very well, although I think it did have some strength to it. Marvin, did you ever see that?
I don't know. 2009, I feel like I could have easily seen this in theaters or something.
It was forgettable.
During that time, just because, but I don't know.
It was forgettable other than the fact that they made him run, which I thought was really cool.
Oh,
because that made him, exactly. That made him scary. He's just
I don't even know
after people.
I saw this because I'm a Jared Padalecki fan, and I don't remember him being in a Jason movie. So
okay, well, regardless, Jason's back. Okay, and they're trying to bring him back in a big bad way. This is a 15-minute short that is just very simple. Couple kids go stay at Crystal Lake, which is no longer campgrounds. It was purchased by somebody, and he rents it out as like a you rent a cabin for the weekend or something like that. And of course it's Crystal Lake. So what happens? Jason shows up, slaughters some people, but with a twist this time, which is interesting if this is where they want to take the franchise. I don't know if that's the case, but one of our vacationers, she's on a boat on the lake. And what happens? But they recreate the ending of the original Friday the 13th, where Jason comes out of the water, grabs her, brings her down under, and like Dusty was saying, she comes back like 24 hours later looking like a fucking zombie. Well, turns out she fucking died and now has Jason's powers and abilities, it seems, because the whole title was Sweet Revenge. She sees her best friend making out with her fiance.
Yeah. Boyfriend actually, or a fiance actually doesn't give a shit about her and glad she's been missing for a day or so because he's making out with somebody else.
Right.
Another confusing writing point. But
it's all right. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I thought it was great. No, I love shorts because they are so short.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Marvin watched, folks, if you weren't with us last episode, Marvin, in a shocking admission, said that he watches movies on 2x speed. Okay.
That's not true. 2x is too much. 1.3 sometimes, got to get it going.
Yeah.
I thought this was good. I have questions about, you said she has his powers. So is it that she has his powers or is it the lake that gives you powers when you die in the lake?
We don't know. That's a good question because Jason did die in the lake originally.
But she also attacked him, so you'd think like they're not really connected, and only in that they're both undead.
No, they're not connected. That's the whole thing. Like
both undead,
which is why I think this is interesting because for anybody who's familiar with the franchise, I mean, what happens in horror movies, right? Like he went from being just this like brute in a hockey mask to this like undead decomposing zombie where like every movie he's like more and more decomposed, which looks cool for a horror movie killer.
Right.
But it's also fucking stupid. And then there was this movie, Friday the 13th, The New Blood, that came out in 1988, which is about a girl who is telekinetically linked to Jason. Now, don't ask me to tell
That's
you
gotta
any
be
more
terrifying.
about that movie than that, but I don't remember. But this is not that. This is very much not that. Like, this is very much like you said, either the lake gives you some sort of ability to come back. I think it's just the lake gives you the ability to come back
think
from
it's
the
the
dead.
lake,
That's
yeah.
it. She doesn't seem any more powerful than normal. She just is like devoid of, I wouldn't even say devoid of emotion because she was visibly scared of him even though she was dead. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't think they really explored it all that much because like who fucking cares?
I thought it was funny that the guy that was making out with the other girl just like, I guess he just didn't care about his girlfriend that was missing, or no,
His fiance.
his fiance that was
Yeah.
missing for 24 hours or however long it was.
Who knows?
At
And he
least
just
12
instantly
hours.
moves on.
Just moved on. Fucking.
And he was clearly like 42 or something. He was
Well,
old as fuck.
Yeah, that was some of the comments on it. Like, I like the 50-year-old dude telling the 40-year-old kids to have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun, you kids.
Yeah.
You kids.
And I think he was probably cheating on her for longer. It was just like, oh, she's not here, so let's just
Yeah,
make out on the
yeah,
couch.
for sure.
So we'll see where it goes. But I mean, I don't know what more you would want from a Friday the 13th thing, right? It's a short, so it's not going to have like deep fucking character development or any of that, which like most horror movies don't have anyway, especially Friday the 13th ones. It's like
Right.
you get a couple of fucking kids hanging out, and then they get slaughtered, and that's it. Like that's the appeal of Friday the 13th. I do like that they brought Jason back to being just like a kind of like a normal looking brute kind of guy, not like a fucking decomposed zombie. Some
Yeah.
people complained about the mask. Greg Nicotero, who's like he worked on Walking Dead. He's a very famous like horror movie props guy. He helped design the mask. Some people criticized it. I don't give a fuck. Don't be a nerd. It looked fine on screen. Although I can't say don't be a nerd because I obviously had complaints
Yeah, look
about
what's in your fucking background.
Michael
Like,
Myers literally right there. And I complained about the new mask in those movies. So I take it back. It's fine to complain about it. I think the mask
That's
looks
right.
fine. I think it looks okay. People complain about the eye holes and like how the design on the forehead looks too much like a unibrow or something. But we got good kills, like Jason-esque kills, where he experiments with some different items. We get a nice boat trolling motor kill to the face that he turns
That
his
was
face into
sick.
deli meat. We get our man right here who got a fucking pick
His
to the
scope.
eye. Oh, that was a scope.
the
Yeah,
one he was
that's right.
peeping on, being a peeping
Yeah.
Tom with. It's the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And his apple he had earlier.
Yeah.
Also love
Scope.
how he was able to massacre half their friends in the front yard and string them up on the clothesline while they're making out in the room.
Yeah,
Glass
what the
window.
fuck?
That's
You
Friday
don't
the
hear that
13th,
shit?
baby. That's what it is.
Screaming.
I guess, it left it open for a new interesting story arc where this girl is now potentially a new Jason. Like what that could be. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe nothing, maybe something. I don't know. But for what it was, 15 minutes, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like it had everything that you would want it to have. I felt something simple. Like you don't get much more simple than Friday the 13th. Like,
Right.
and
It is very easy to follow.
I'm excited for the Pamela prequel. I think that could be really good. It has an opportunity to be pretty cool. So we'll see. This was fun. Sweet Revenge, folks. Check it out. It's on YouTube for free. 15 minutes. Easy watch. You want to see a little modern Jason thing? Go watch it. He mentioned that movie that you had watched, Marvin, that I don't know if Dusty watched it. I never did. But what was the one that you watched that's from Of a Violent Nature or whatever it's called?
Yes.
In a Violent Nature. The director here of this mentioned that, and he was like, well, now you got movies like Terrifier and In a Violent Nature really upping the brutality, so it's like you kind of gotta like follow suit. But they did it in a tasteful way. Like you're not just staring at the trolling motor ripping this dude's face apart. Like,
nah, yeah.
they cut back and forth to it to where
You
it's
see
like,
enough, but not too much.
Exactly.
Terrifier is kind of too much. You see way too much.
That's the point of it,
Feels
though.
like.
It's like supposed to be ridiculous.
But that's the
and
point. Yeah.
gratuitous. So check it out, folks. Let us know also if you watched it, what you thought about it. Leave a comment. Are you excited for the future of Friday the 13th and our boy Jason? Let us know.